Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, that's W-O-R-I-M-I, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. It's exploded in here. I'm moving tomorrow, so I won't be on for the next 3 days at least, and then the day after you'll find me in a new location. So, going to be an interesting week. Okay, lovely to join you, and oh my goodness, wasn't it epic? Absolutely, to the point where my guides woke me at 4 o'clock in the morning, which would have been full on in the middle of when you guys were having your party time with just the single word epic. And I like loud, and I could not get back to sleep afterwards. So, how awesome! No arrests of those that were partying, no violence. Figures so far have passed the 8 million. The only arrests were troublemakers. So thank you. That was absolutely awesome. Also in Australia yesterday, there was the supposed anti-immigration marches happening around our country. I was really annoyed that the news outlets had had it as, the top billing, etc., to show these marches, but apparently they were only about a tenth as big as what they were a couple of months ago. And the reason being, as I'm splitting my deck, I've got the disappointment and I've got the tower moment. So an implosion moment happening because people are just disappointed. Now, a couple of months ago, it was the same weekend that I went to the medieval festival that I posted a little video there. It was that same weekend, and you just had to laugh, like they're going to these anti-immigration protests and then heading off to the pizza or the Chinese or something for their lunch afterwards. But apparently the figures for that were right down as well in Australia, basically because a lot of people, had marched 2 months ago thinking that they were marching for one reason, and next thing they knew there was some neo-Nazi getting up the front, spewing absolute hate speech and rhetoric, which they actually did. The news, I must give it some credit, in certain areas. I have heard of reports in Adelaide of a news outlet that interviewed someone who was in the counter partying. This time around, a couple of people who said, well, we marched with those guys last time, but then we realised what the heck they actually stood for, and we're over here now in the counter section. So it's happening worldwide. Absolutely fabulous. Right, entertainment only. What do I want to have a look at first up? Oh, okay. Well, the IDF and Hamas are having little skirmishes. Hopefully, the peace will stand. I had a peek at Untruth Social this morning. Don't do it very often, but I just wanted to see what the Orange Twerps thought of the festivals that went on. As I said, over 8 million at last count and still rising. Well, I wanted to see what if he posted anything on Untruth Social. No, not a word. The only thing he posted was, I believe it was an AI constructed whatever it was of him in some sort of fighter jet with King or something written on the side of it, dropping brown stuff on protesters or whatever. It was just childishly pathetic. But I was quite interested as I was going through. What did we have? I had a look on Untruth Social, because you can. If you Google Trump on Truth Social, no truth there, you can, without signing in, see what actually posted. Now, there was at least 4 ads straight up from the My Pillow guy and the Baron Bitcoin, etc., etc. Then he posted a Fox interview. I think it was with Lara Trump. I didn't watch it at all. I just scrolled through regarding revisiting Bush invading Iraq. Okay, so we know where the brain is at that. Then there was a photograph from Time magazine of 2018. So we're going back 7 years. Boy, oh boy, he's having to dig a lot in history to find something to support him about Trumpism outlasting Trump. Oh, what did we then have? Ads, couple more ads. Oh, I had to laugh at the amount of ads that were about diabetes and heart conditions, etc. Oh, I wonder if they're telling him anything. Bitcoin ads, ads for Eric's book, apparently. No mention of the marches. And then he had about the claims about Gustavo Petro, the Colombian president, claiming that he was a drug leader, etc., and so forth. I'm going to have a look at that actually. That's going to segue me in. So, what's come out is the Colombian president Petro has come out and said that the US government has committed murders and violated sovereignty in territorial waters. So, he's saying the fisherman, Alejandro, Alejandro, I do apologise, it's not my strong suit. Languages, Carenza, was fishing and had motor issues, so he sent up a distress flare to call for assistance. And the fact that President Petro is saying that this took place in territorial waters says that it happened in Colombian waters. Oh, it's turning into it's going to be a legal nightmare. So entertainment only, I've only kept one deck out, my Smith-Waite Tarot deck, the nice easy one. Let's have a look. Let's have a look how this is going to go. Nuremberg trials written all over it. So, first of all, I want to ask, which one of them is right? So, was Mr. Carranza a fisherman? Was he actually fishing? Didn't even keep my yes no cards out. That's how packed up I am. Okay. Isn't it amazing how much stuff one has, even when one's a minimalist? Okay, let's have a look. I had to clean off the bookshelf. I said, oh, 6 boxes of books, like boxes. And this is just my books. It's not even my daughter's books. And exploded into about 10 boxes plus. Okay, let's have a look. Was Mr. Carranza actually a fisherman? Was he a fisherman? I believe his family has come out as well. Was he a fisherman? An innocent fisherman? Right. Now you'll notice my cloth has changed because I packed my cloths. I've actually got my daughter's one of her spare towels here. Okay. Actually, it's not bad. Don't mind it actually. Was he an actual fisherman? So we've got the 8 of Wands. There's more news about this going to come out. So I'm asking about Carenza. That okay, thank you. They're telling me to do a 3 because I was intending on doing a 3 when I was thinking about the question. Something's not yet been revealed here. There's more information to come out about this attack. And the Ace of Wands, it's a yes. Big information is going to come out. Looking intently, this Queen of Cups, looking intently, I believe he had wife and children, looking intently at this cup. She will be in grief at the moment, but Ace of Wands, yeah, King of Swords, legal action, taking control, or it could simply be legal action against the Emperor, against the regime, and the Justice card, Supreme ICC. I think he's going to his wife, with the backing of the Petro government, will be going to the ICC with this to bring charges against the Orange Twerp as an international criminal. Yep. So we've got the six of Cups and the 4 of Cups and the Star. So something from the past that they're going to reject. I suspect there may have been wonder if there was a monetary payout here. Now, also what's been announced is apparently the US government has ceased aid to Colombia, claiming that they had sent 200 million so far this fiscal year. I'm getting the feeling that aid had already ceased. under the US aid program, and because previous fiscal years has always been sort of 500 million or more, and the fact that it was only 200 million and the fiscal year just finished in end of September, I'd say that 200 million was up until the point where USA was cut. So I think it was cut already. So we've got the gift from the past. There's no money cards. I'm just thinking here this might be US aid. The gift from the past was not being received anyhow. We've got the star, we've got the back foot, and having to defend himself. So yes, I'm going to say yes, and I think with the backing of the Petro government, they're going to take this to the International Criminal Court. Put these back randomly. Right, show me. How's this going to... Oh, put it back randomly, and there it is again. There's going to be more news come out about this. We've got the King of Wands, some sort of announcement from a leader, and then you've got the Moon card. As the deck was splitting for me while I was holding it. Secrets being revealed here. Okay. Lunacy, secrets revealed. Let's see how we go. Is the widow, or is anyone in Colombia going to bring up international criminal charges on this? I did read the other day that the military leaders would be having an OF moment. Okay, they are currently looking at their options. Looking at which option to take. I hope the government doesn't say you give us money and we won't do it, but let's have a look. Sorry, the Colombian government. The challenge is going to be some sort of agreement. Okay, do not be surprised. Sorry, sip of coffee there, much needed. Looking at options here. It may be even financial options challenged by an agreement. So this may be, being the challenge position, maybe the fact that there might be you continue US aid, $500,000 a year, thank you very much, and we won't. You can imagine whose pocket that goes into, and I doubt it's the ordinary people. It's supposed to go to infrastructure, etc. But the challenge is the agreement. Do not be surprised if there's can you restore US aid to Colombia or whatever this payment is, and we'll let it go. There's got the King of Wands there, bringing forward a plan, bringing forward a powerful message. You cut off one leg, it'll grow back, etc. So I'm thinking this is Petro. Rash action by the military in the past, yes. So a harsh truth coming forward, rash action. With that Knight of Swords crowning the reading, the Wheel of Fortune. The wheel is turning. It's turning worldwide at the moment, but the wheel is turning. Those that thought they were on the top are finding themselves on the bottom. Heartbreak, loss, betrayal, grief, treason, legal loss here. Okay. I think this is his Mr. Carenza's wife. Senor Carenza, his wife, and I do apologize if I completely butchered that. She might get a payout, but internally, really loud wake up, klaxon calling, really big wake up call to everybody. I wonder if this is, where are we going? I'll try and spin the message, but it'll be too burdensome, turns into an absolute nightmare. Money changing hands and the infighting. I don't think there's much. Who's he offering money to? Argentina at the moment? Malay? I don't know that the MAGAs are totally thrilled about that at the moment. Money changing hands and then the infighting. We've got the investigation, we've got the higher authorities, we've got the legal court case, and on the back foot here, some information coming from overseas that's a new start, and it is about hope and healing. This card's getting me, I think, from what I've got in these cards here, is that there will be some sort of discussion, financial discussion, to restart the aid or something, but it doesn't come through. It doesn't eventuate. And then we've got the throwing under the bus. So that's what I think is going to happen, is that there's going to be financial discussions about financial recompense. But we know the orange twerp never pays his bills. I mean, goodness me, Eugene has won everything. And the money's supposedly sitting there in a bond for her. I don't know what the delay is in releasing it. Oh, goodness me. And he pardoned Santos. Oh, everybody he's pardoned is a serial convicted criminal. Anyhow, will everyone... Santos, I think, is going to go back to jail. Let me just put that way. Santos, I think, will find himself back in jail. I don't know whether it'll be because of state bought case or something. I don't think he's going to enjoy his freedom for long. Okay, let's have a look at what are the Navy commanders thinking? What are the retreat. They're in discussions and retreat. Now, remember one of the very top Navy admirals resigned the other day. Do not think that they're lying on a beach in Hawaii. I suspect there are discussions going on behind the scenes. So what are the naval chiefs doing, talking about? Right, King of Cups, remembering their oath. The challenge is the infighting, bickering, trying to, the attempt to tear down. This isn't amongst themselves. There may be disagreement between themselves about what to do, but let's see where this goes. They are being presented with a huge opportunity, and if they do not take the opportunity, they will be forced to relearn the lesson. So it's being handed to them on a plate to stand up against this regime. Okay, we've got the best of democracy in the past. We've got the false victory crowning the reading, the false victory. The energy over them at the moment is the person in the White House is not supposed to be there. The Nine of Cups, lining all the cups up in a row. This could be Heg's breath thinking he's got it all sorted. Let's see where it goes. Loss and disappointment. This is my be careful what you wish for. They may have thought that they were protected, but this is the Minor Arcana Death card. But it is about sort of almost coming to, I won't say an awakening, but coming to a real realization. Right. internally amongst themselves, they're having discussions, coming to some sort of agreement. The hopes and fears is homeland security. Now, the Navy's featuring really big in the news lately because of not only this fisherman, but because of Camp Pendleton as well, which turned out to be, I think that I-5 was closed for like 2.5 hours or something for safety reasons and then reopened. And I suspect what happened is it turned into a real fizzer. And the opportunity for an oops moment was missed because the highway was closed. So things moved on. Oh boy. Homeland Security, the Wheel of Fortune is turning. King of Swords, Queen of Wands. Legal action and the all-seeing cat with the internal message that's coming forward, the internal plan. We've got the Eight of Pentacles looking to see what they can do, what are their options, and then we've got the Emperor, we've got the Empress, Trump and Russia. A lot of news coming out really quickly, and the Hanged Man being stopped. So what are the naval chiefs thinking about it? Right now, in the here and now, I think they're having some really back and forth serious discussions. They've been presented with this opportunity. Whether they will take it or not is another matter. How are they actually... I hope they're not playing just Fox on the blooming naval ships. How is the commander of the ship that fired that rocket thinking, well, there's the military bringing things to an end? I don't know what the last straw will be, but the military bringing things to an end. I mean, throwing out a government is a coup, and it's a very serious situation. That's why they're treading so carefully. But what does the... Tried to jump, hopefully it'll come to the... What does the commander of the ship that fired that rocket think, that ordered the firing of that rocket think? Secrets being revealed, keeping things under wraps, considering the wisdom of his decision. The High Priestess is very much about wisdom. I think he's keeping very quiet at the moment, not admitting it was him, because he's going to be challenged by this big stick moment. This he might find himself... I think he's questioning the wisdom of obeying that order, and he's hoping his identity is kept hidden. But the big stick that came out in will Colombia go to the ICC? He's going to be... I think he might be brought up on trial. There's the Empress again. It's my Russia card, but it can also mean feminine power, same as the High Priestess, powerful feminine power. I don't know if I wonder if it's a female. If you know, let me know. I wonder if the commander of that ship was a female. Now, if it is, they would not hesitate to throw her under the bus. And I'm talking about the regime. In the past, the government, the higher authorities, could be the higher military authorities, court-martial or thereabouts, but the order came from the regime. Let's see where this goes. What's the commander of this ship thinking? The one that ordered? Well, they're weighing up their options on these turbulent seas. Absolutely, weighing up their options on turbulences, because this was a huge, huge wake up call for those that are obeying these orders. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana, big major arcana. It's a double 10. It's the 20th card, but it's a double 10 at the top, which is a double ending here. Fives in the is 5. This is a Hierophant, the 5. The 5 is very much about challenge and change and obstacles. What did this commander think? There's going to be a lot of news that comes out. Do not be surprised if their name comes out in the news, and they're going to be sacrificed. Legally sacrificed with the Ace of Swords. The Fool. Is it a new journey, or was it simply foolishness that will bring about an ending? Look at the mages here. And they will be looking potentially overseas at other options. And the Magician. The Magician, the Page of Wands. I was just following orders, sir. Orders from the White House, sir, with that 4 of Wands. But I don't think it's going to hold water. That ship has already sailed with that 3 of Wands. About what they did, what was done in the past. I think I would not be surprised if it was a female commander. But if it's not, it is somebody that is hoping their identity doesn't get out there. If it's a female, they'll toss her under the bus quicker than they could draw breath. Toss her to the wolves. Okay. And then we've got a deep investigation. We've got the voters on the bottom. This was the next card out. The voters on the bottom. And a deep investigation. This is not over by a long way. Voters walking away from the orange twerp, not interested in what they're offering. The smoke and mirrors, and a harsh truth is coming forward. And there's going to be an investigation. Oh boy, yes, sleeping dogs. I'm going to leave that there. Just watch this spaces to see how it progresses. You can literally taste the panic. Now, a few people have been mentioning Kirsty Nome, Homeland Security. She does not look well. I'm just going to say she actually, because there she is there. I think there might be some sort of announcement come out about Kirsty Nome as I'm looking at the bottom of the deck. She does not look well at all. I think, I mean, I know people can be skinny, but it really looks like there's some sort of eating disorder going on there. Okay, let me leave it there. Love to you all. Take care.